メジャー翻訳速報。日本人選手の活躍が目覚ましいです。大谷翔平選手は連続試合でホームランを放ち、チームを勝利に導いています。他の日本人選手も各チームで重要な役割を果たしています。彼らの驚異的な成績とチームへの貢献に注目が集まっています。この動画では現地の解説者たちの見解を交えながら日本人選手たちの活躍をお届けします。皆さんはどう感じましたか？ぜひよかったらコメント欄で教えてください。今回はこちらの内容を詳しく解説している番組を日本語翻訳してお届けいたします。それではご覧ください。
All right, Joe, thanks so much, and welcome to the post-game show. Here with the guys, Derek Jeter, David Ortiz, Alex Rodriguez, and this Dodger team just clobbering the Mets again. I mean, 3 8-run victories, so impressive. And Alex, I mean, there's so many ways you can go here, but their approach has been so evident, right? I mean, they're taking 1 million walks. They've got the most walks in the first 4 games of a series ever. They're hitting home run. They're doing it all offensively.
Look, I mean, I've called them an offensive bully. Here comes the man of the hour.
Forget that. Forget that.
Mondo!
Mookie's coming over to join us. Mookie Betts, what a night for him. As he will come and join the set once again.
Fire, fire.
Move this over. We're getting them all situated here. What's up, Mook? How you doing, man? Congrats. Good to see you again. As we'll get Mookie all seated and get him ready to go on a rousing Dodger victory, 10-2 tonight. Mookie's a frequent guest on the program, frequent friend of the program. You know, Mookie, you look very relaxed, and your guy's got like 17 layers on right now. What's happening?
That's a Dominican thing, boy.
I guess, yeah. You haven't been out of Boston too long, so
you already know. Getting old, man.
Hey, Mookie, first of all, congrats on the win. Good to see you again. We just started talking about, obviously, a great performance, but just, it's not anything new, but maybe to a lot of the audience tuning into the playoffs for the first time, your overall approach as a team has been so good. I mean, getting on base, walking, home runs, everything. What's been the biggest key for you just team-wide this season, this series, excuse me?
I think really in general, we have a good plan. Our scouts, coaches, they do a really good job in preparing us, giving us really good information. And as a team, we trust each other, we trust them, and we just, whether the plan's wrong or right, we stick to it no matter what. And, you know, it's been working so far.
Okay, it's been crazy. First of all, congrats on another amazing, amazing night. You guys are incredible to watch. You're the most, I've talked about it all October. The combination of power and discipline, 31 walks in 4 games is unreal. And for you personally, a little bit of the whispers early on with the struggles. You talked to my man Poppy. Tonight, another big night, 4 for 6 with a bomb, ribbies, everything. How good does that feel for you?
It feels great. It feels great to know I can do it. In this time, you know, during the season, you play so many games, and you have some games like this. But, you know, when it's crunch time, it's good to come through for the boys, man, because they come through for me so much, and pitching's been amazing. I mean, so just to have a good game and get a dub, that's always huge.
Congratulations on that big win, homie. What is about this Dodgers team that you guys have an MVP out of the lineup in October, and you guys, look at what you guys did tonight without Freddie. How deep is this team when it comes down to batters?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even think about that. You know, we got a really good club, man. The front office puts a really good product on the field every day. Like I said, we trust each other, and you know, this is the second game we won without Freddie, so maybe Freddie need to not play anymore.
Bench him!
Preach!
Oh, man.
We had talked about before the game, right? You come into this series, and you're up now 3-1. And really, you're getting contributions from 1 through 9. Everyone in the lineup reached base safely today. And we said the top 3, the 3 MVPs, really haven't had to carry the load. Until tonight, you guys did it. So that's a testament to how deep you are. But the question I have for you, your last at bat, were you trying to hit a triple, man? Tell the truth.
You know what?
Tell the truth.
I thought about it, and I was like, you know what, Mook? You got 4 today. I don't know how you got 4 today. You need to just keep doing the same thing. And it didn't work, so I shouldn't even thought about it. I jinxed myself, man. But it is what it is. I mean, we had a good game, so I'm just happy.
And Mook, it feels like months ago, but just about a week or so ago, you guys were down 2-1 to San Diego, on the verge of going home with 1 more loss. What was the thing that flipped the switch? Because you guys are looking like, you know, potential champions really quickly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I really think just believing in each other and showing up and not really changing. You know, even when we were down 2-1 there, that day was a normal day. Nobody was pressing. Nobody was trying to do more. We were laughing during BP. We were laughing in the cage. We were still going about our business, of course, but we were still like loose and chill about it. We know what the task at hand we had, and since then it's really been kind of the same thing, just loose, enjoying it, and understanding that when the game starts, we know what we need to do. But it's hard to, it's hard to really like stay emotional all day, So we kind of just have fun during BP and we save all the emotions for the game.
Hey, little homie, I got a question for you. Tomorrow, how you guys gonna beat the Mets? Because I really need some day off, bro.
I don't know, man. We know that they're gonna come back ready to go. Lindor's probably gonna have a nice speech and get them boys ready to go. But we will too. We'll be ready to come throw some haymakers tomorrow.
I need some day off, so
Poppy,
do your speech.
Poppy, by the way, Mookie told Chuck that he'll come on as long as you don't give him another one of those T-shirts.
I know. He made me run out of it. He's here every night. My dog.
Mookie Betts, a huge night for him and the Dodgers. Don't worry, we'll get you another T-shirt on the DL. We'll slide it in. It's okay.
Here, give it to Uncle.
Mookie, congrats again, man. We'll see you. All right, appreciate you. Another big win. Great performance tonight.
I feel like,
I love
man,
you
guys got nice jackets up here, man.
It's cool out here, man. Look at Bobby.
Oh, what a night for Mookie. Good to see you. As always, there you go. And really, it got going early, and we talk about him. Let's talk about his performance tonight. Derek, I go back to this in the San Diego series as the Mookie chants here at Citi Field. San Diego series, I remember we were talking, and we said, hey, what's going on with Mookie? What do you see? And you say, well, I went and watched the tape, and there's not a stinking thing different or wrong with him.
9 hours of tape. 9 hours of tape.
9 hours of tape. So I guess you were right, because he has been on a tear since then.
A lot of times, I've said it before, the gift and the curse of the postseason. If you get hits, everyone talks about how hot you are. If you go through a bad couple games, they will start talking about how cold you are and how you're not producing. And sometimes you can talk yourself into a slump. The results aren't there, and then you start to try to change things. I give Mookie credit. He didn't change anything. He started to relax. He got a hit, and then he's been rolling ever since.
This guy's a student of the game. And I told him straight up, you need to go out there and have fun. When you have that smile on your face, when you are going the way you like to go, it's when even the fans feel you. You know what I'm saying? Mookie is that type of player. This guy never, it doesn't matter if he's struggling or he's going good. You can see that he always like to put that pressure on the opposition. And that's why I'm not surprised the way he's going right now, because that's him. That's the player that we know.
Poppy and G, one thing that, KB, that we don't talk about enough is October baseball is fun, but it's also hard. And you've seen a lot of meltdowns. By the way, I've been part of someone that's been meltdown in October. But one thing that we don't talk about is experience, and experience matters. He makes it sound easy, Kevin, about being down 2-1 on the verge of going home. Nothing changes. Well, nothing changes because he played with Poppy in Boston. He has experience. He's won a championship. Experience matters this time of year.
Great point.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, obviously, you think about that 1-2 punch and Shohei and Mookie. Ohtani scored 4 runs. All right, you think about what they did. How about this? I mean, 5 for 9, couple home runs. Ohtani led off the game for them with a home run, kind of set the tone. 5 RBI, 7 runs scored by the top 2 in that order. And for the Mets, it was really the complete opposite. But they are, something happened, after that Tatis grand slam in San Diego, Game 3. They put up 6 runs, 6-5. You're like, oh, man, Padres win that game 6-5. They hang on. And then ever since, the Dodgers have just been a runaway freight train. It's like they woke them up somehow. They've been unstoppable since.
Again, it's upsetting to me, Kevin, how every time the Dodgers are on the verge of losing, Dave Roberts' name comes up about maybe getting fired or whatnot. Let's give Dave Roberts a lot of credit, because you need a captain of the ship when things are going a little bit crazy to say, hey, fellas, you know what? One game at a time. Let's keep it loose. Mookie's loose because the captain of the ship is loose, and that name is Dave Roberts.
Yeah, and the Dodgers weren't flustered by that. They're down 2-1, but the thing with the Los Angeles Dodgers, they're not happy being in the National League Championship Series. They expect to win a World Series. So when they were down 2, it's just like, hey, it's another game. We need to win tonight. We'll get them tomorrow. Poppy's old phrase. I don't even know what tomorrow is. Tomorrow is not today. Is tomorrow. But the point is, they've been here before. Yes, they haven't had the success, but they've been here before, and they're hungry. You can tell when they celebrated after they beat San Diego, everyone was saying in the clubhouse how everyone doubted them, right? Everyone counted them out. Well, they took it personal, and it's showing now.
For people watching at home, I'm going to show you what the unicorn is all about. Let's play that video from Ohtani right here. This is the reason why this guy is a unicorn. Let me tell you, when batters are in a slump, you get a little concerned about your swing. You want to see pitches. You want to take pitches. You want to wait for the perfect pitch to swing the bat. This guy, when he's in a slump, he don't care. He go out there and swing, Kevin. He's not thinking about, okay, let me see a pitch, let me see a strike. I'm going to get out of my slump my way. And that's why this guy's a unicorn, the only one on his way.
You know, Poppy, I was talking to some of my scouts, Jeter, maybe some of the ones you were talking about. And in January, they come out to Dodger Stadium, a group of the guys that live in L.A. And because he wasn't pitching, he spent an extra 3 weeks just working on his legs, on his bottom half. And he wanted to recover his elbow. But as a result, obviously, he said, I'm a much better hitter today because I don't have to worry about pitching. And he's shown that. I mean, he really is. He might be underrated, fellas.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, and he's fun to watch. I mean, it's like all eyes are on Shohei Ohtani when he's on the field. He reminds me of when I came up watching Ken Griffey Jr. You take the field, and even if you're competing against him, you stop and you watch him. And Ohtani's the same way. I mean, and he's not pitching. People forget. The guy's one of the best pitchers in baseball as well, and you're not seeing that side of him, but he's focused on offense, and he's trying to do damage. To your point, David, he's not trying to get a hit the other way. He's finding his pitch, and he's trying to do damage, and when he's in the zone like he is now, it's immediate runs for the Dodgers.
You know what's interesting is you see his emotions, and you've seen it throughout October. We saw this kid for many, many years with Anaheim. I never saw that once. So it tells you he loves the experience, and he's good at it. But the home run, Kevin, what's interesting about that is the ramifications of that. He sets the tone. Then the next 3 at-bats, he walks. The Dodgers drew 9 walks today. The challenge with that is instead of facing these guys 3 or 4 times, you end up facing them. You flip the lineup over. You end up facing them 5 and 6 times. Like Mookie Betts had 6 at-bats. Ohtani had 6 at-bats.
But you never saw him because he was never in the postseason.
He wasn't winning.
You have to be in this position for someone to see you.
I tell you what, you're talking about the comp to Ken Griffey Jr. in that Mookie Betts 2-run double in the 4th inning. He was rounding third and scoring. He looked like he was jogging, but he was flying. Yeah, like absolutely flying. It's just so effortless to watch him play baseball. But they weren't the only 2 for the Dodgers tonight. Max Muncy set a new playoff record. Talking about reaching base, consecutive plate appearances, 12. Look at what he did here. I mean, that's just awesome for Muncy. Finally struck out late in the game to end that. But he's been great. I mean, and again, another one kind of in that Dodger way, Alex, where doesn't care if it's a walk or a home run. He's more than happy just to get on base any way he can. That's impressive. 12 in a row for him.
You know what's impressive? He hasn't smiled once. He's all business. He's all business. And I love it.
Jason Yambi prototype.
And the thing is, he's not happy until the title is won. He walks. He takes pitches. Again, he's not trying to be your best friend. He's just trying to kick you-know-what every single night, and he's doing it.
About time. And let me tell you guys, sometimes people don't realize the importance of players getting on base continuously.
Oof.
I mean, you put pressure on the pitchers. You give some freedom to the batters because the concentration when you are pitching with somebody on base is different than when you are pitching with nobody on base. So that helped that ball club so much, especially a ball club that is not out there chasing bad pitchers, D.
Yeah, and it rubs off on the rest of the lineup. The Dodgers lineup wants to get on base. When you're in the postseason and you have a pitcher in trouble and there's traffic inning after inning, it becomes draining. It becomes mentally draining. That's when pitchers make mistakes. And Max Muncy sets the tone for this Dodgers team because his job is to get on base. Doesn't make a difference if he gets a hit, if he draws a walk. And he's been doing an unbelievable job.
Hey, Poppy, you had a guy in Dustin Pedroia. You had Johnny Damon. You had Bill Miller. They made you and Manny better. I was fortunate enough to have the captain in Johnny Damon that made Teixeira, myself, and the MVP of the '09 World Series, Matsui. It wasn't because of us. It was because of them getting on base. The power of watching pitches, the discipline. You've talked about it all October. Hitting's contagious, so is a disciplined hitter. And this is a disciplined team that's hungry and focused.
Yeah, they are one win away from the World Series. That's what the Dodgers are, going up 3-1 in this best-of-7 NLCS as we take this series, and now 1 win away from the World Series as we say welcome back to the post-game show on FS1. If you missed the game, why don't we catch you up, get you some highlights, and see how this thing went from Citi Field. Shohei Ohtani doesn't like hitting with the bases empty in these playoffs, 0 for 22. Not anymore. Leading off the ball game, and it set an immediate tone for LA. His third of the postseason, back-to-back games with a home run for him, and that would just be a harbinger of things to come. However, bottom of the first inning, Mark Vientos has been really good for the Mets. Goes Oppo. That's his 4th homer of the playoffs.
This kid's going to be in the middle of this lineup for a long time. He's impressive.
So 1-1 game there. Let's go to the second. Yamamoto getting into a little groove here. Facing Marte.
Nasty.
And then JD Martinez.
Ouch.
And then a couple batters later, Bader gets him. That ends the inning. Struck out the side. 8 Ks and 4 1/3 for him. Then it's Mookie Betts. What a night for him. Dodgers up 3-2, and then it's Mookie.
My dog.
That's going to score a couple. Here comes Ohtani. He's going to round. Come on in easily. Magic is fired up. His Dodgers.
The best.
Extending to 5-2, 6th inning. Uh-oh! Mook dog! That is gone.
Woo.
Oh, what a night for him.
He's a dog.
His third of the playoffs, a 4 for 6 night. 4 RBIs. Dodgers win 10-2. They're up 3-1 in the series. And Carlos Mendoza, the manager of the Mets, trying to figure out how to slow down these Dodgers bats.
You got to give them credit because that's a really good lineup, and they can do a lot of different things. You know, this is a team that controls the strike zone as well as anybody in the league, and not only they do that, but when they force you in the zone, they can do some damage. And they've done that. They did it again today. They control the strike zone. They forced Quintana to come in the strike zone, and when he did, they made him pay. So, yeah, our starters are one of the reasons we're here, and we haven't got length out of them. They got them, and here we are now.
You know what's great? When it's cold out to begin with and you're getting water from hosing down the infield on you. It's really, it's just fantastic.
They don't need that feeling till tomorrow night, Kevin.
I mean, I just didn't really need that at this juncture in time. You know what I mean? All right, so Carlos Mendoza talking about exactly the Dodgers. You guys talked about it, right? You talked about the approach and how it's going to be difficult for Quintana because he's going to want them, he's going to nibble, he's going to want them to chase, and they don't chase. So we learned that David Peterson, the lefty, will start for the Mets tomorrow against Jack Flaherty, their ace. But how's it going to be any different for the Mets, Derek? How are they going to change that tomorrow in a do-or-die Game 5 for them?
Score runs and score a lot of them and score early. We keep talking about it's not necessarily on the Mets pitching staff. The Mets need to come out and score and give their pitchers some breathing room, because you can't go out there on the mound thinking that you can't make a mistake. If you go out there, you're pitching defensively. Now, this team the Dodgers did exactly what we talked about prior to the game. They do not chase out of the zone. They force the Mets to throw strikes. When they throw strikes, they do damage. But tomorrow, the mindset has to be, if you're the New York Mets, you must come out here and score early.
That's got tanked up right there. But you say it all. You know, 9 runs in 4 games, 33 less on base, 4 for 27 with running score position. I mean, come on, man. How you gonna make it happen? I mean, you have to give some support to your pitchers. You have to make them feel comfortable. And if you don't score wrong, it's not gonna happen.
You know, if you're the Mets, you got to look for anything positive in tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to come very quickly. And they hit a home run early, so they got on the board, right, with the Vientos home run to right center. But here's the deal. They left 12 men on base. They had opportunities. To beat the Dodgers, you can't walk 9 hitters and you can't leave 12 men on base. You need an early inning, like, breakthrough. And they had bases loaded a couple times, and they couldn't come through. And here come the Dodgers.
Yeah, exactly. Well, today it's already tomorrow. How about that? It's already Friday. So that game.
Today's tomorrow?
Yeah, today is
You
tomorrow.
sound like me.
今回の動画はいかがでしたか？ぜひご意見ご感想をコメント欄までお願いいたします。このチャンネルでは日本人メジャーリーガーの最新情報など 海外の番組の翻訳をお届けしています。面白いと思っていただけましたら、よかったら高評価とチャンネル登録をお願いします。どんな情報をお届けしたら喜んでいただけるか、ぜひお聞かせください。それではまた次回の動画でお会いいたしましょう。